Conal Keaney. Good ball up towards the full forward line. Good defending by Galway. There's plenty of them there anyway. One of them is Pádraig Mannion. Great ball. Down far has Cathal Mannion, and he's given a lot of space. There's a chance here. He's going for it. A rocket. Amazing start for Galway. Cathal Mannion, an absolute rasper.
Fantastic goal there by Cathal Mannion. Great defending there. Pádraig Mannion came out with the ball, took his time, picked out his man, Cathal Mannion. Paul Schutte got a little bit of a slip straight into the back of the net. What a start for Galway.
Just a minute played in O'Connor Park, Tullamore. And Galway have rattled Dublin. And it's the goal scorer, Cathal Mannion. Look at the space that he's been given. Great block down, it must be said. Mannion still battling, knocks it back just a little bit for Andy Smith. The Portumna man lofts it high and lofts it between the posts. The tribesmen have arrived in O'Connor Park. They've taken the early bus and they've certainly performed in the early stages.
Yes, another great score by Galway. Cathal Mannion has been...
Challenge now really put up to Dublin. Going forward is Darragh O'Connell. He's the big talking point around O'Connor Park. That former Kerry player is now at midfield for Dublin, but he started well. Really good point. Long puck out, comes down for Cyril Donlan.
It looks like.
Interesting point, Liam, because just before the start of the game, Joe seemed to get an extra dose of the spray on his hand to try and...
Half the last time they played Dublin here in O'Connor Park, so as you said, they've got more now in 3 minutes here in this day.
Great catch by Andy Smith. Back again for his Aidan Hart. He's known as the equaliser in Gort after last Sunday. Here's Mannion again. Another shot, another goal. Fantastic. 2 shots, 2 goals. His name, Cathal Mannion.
Yeah, he's got Paul Schutte in all sorts of trouble there. Paul Schutte, he just doesn't look right. I think he's playing today, but he definitely doesn't seem to be right. He's not attacking the ball, and he's slipped twice now, and Cathal Mannion has taken full advantage. Lower ground shots each time back of the net.
Puck out comes straight to Jonathan Glenn. Picked up here by Jason Flynn. One from a fray, one from play. Chalk it down, Jason Flynn. This is a real whirlwind. A tornado from the west of Ireland has hit the capital city and county. Just watch this. Mannion, acres of space along the ground, hopping it in front of the keeper, giving Alan Nolan no chance. Chris Crummy dropping it in. John Hanbury is there. There's a chance here for Dublin. Galway are under pressure, they're exposed, and it is a penalty. Brian Gavin, man along the goal line. His name is Colin Callanan. Tracy gets Callanan, and Tracy has sent it wide. Now, Liam, you were part of that hurling review committee, and it was your committee that brought this penalty in, making it easier for the forward, and the first one that I've seen on television, and it's driven wide.
Yeah, you see, Marty, it's not as easy as people think. All the pressure's on the forward, and unfortunately there for David Tracy, it slipped by the post. He tried to place it in the corner of the net, and unfortunately for him, it went wide. Massive blow for Dublin.
Ball goes beyond Cian O'Callaghan. And once again, Galway looking very sharp. Mannion. Paul Schutte gets the ball away. Down far is Danny Sutcliffe. Shane Durkin leaves it behind now, and the ball is sent from Jonathan Glenn to this man, Joe Canning. What's he going to do? He's going to put it between the posts.
Start for them, so it's a hammer blow, and every score now is really, really vital for them. There is a strong breeze, so I think 4 or 5 pints would be manageable, but if this gap gets too big, it's just they won't be able to turn around irrespective of how strong the breeze is.
Here's David Tracy, so accurate.
Absolutely, that's one he couldn't miss until the last day he couldn't miss, but that's 2 now, and he's put both of them wide.
Here's Cyril Donlan heading towards the 20. Taking the turn to the right and coming back in to swing it between the posts. Only Jonathan Glenn of the 6 Galway forwards have yet to score. 2-5 to a... With the wind He's going long, mighty long, dropping all the way back. There's a touch. Oh, a thing of beauty. It's a hat-trick for Carl Mannion. Oh my word, you gotta watch this. Colm Callanan, the keeper, wind assisted, I told you earlier, was very strong, hopped behind the defence, in comes Mannion, little touch, take it out.
Yeah, but that's basic defending, Martin. You know, you got to protect your goal. And I see now, you know, Dublin have made the change now, but to me it's come too late. They should have made it earlier. They should have moved Paul Schutte off of him. And, you know, it's a little bit late now with 3 goals gone in.
Galway 3-5, Dublin 1 point. David Collins getting the challenge in and giving a long relieving clearance that is going to go out over the sideline. Once from a free and once from play.
You know, it's out there now and they're trying to deal with it, but they're seriously lacking someone to stand up and really grab this game by the scruff of the neck, and it's, as I said earlier, it's just all one-way traffic.
Jason Flynn for it. It's a Galway man, Dahi Burke. Nice stick work. Oh, fancy. Jason Flynn to Aidan Hart. It deserves a point. And by God, Galway have it. Great finish by Aidan Hart, but 10 out of 10. For vision, for skill, for balance, for stick work. Look at it.
Yeah, just fantastic, Marty. You know, you thought that Jason Flynn had missed the chance when he fell and slipped, but you know, over his shoulder, Aidan Hart got 2 points the last day. Wonderful score again.
Cyril Donlan. It's all Galway. Upbeat because of what the reaction he's received from his players over the last couple of months. He felt that this Galway team were up for it, and certainly their work rate in the drawn match was impressive, and their work rate and skill here is matching it. The sides were level 6 times in Croke Park. This is what we have here. And here comes Galway again. Joseph Cooney sending it in low. Oh, here comes trouble. It's Carl Mannion and it's over the bar. 3 goals and a point for the corner forward from a Haskra down in Galway.
Nearly enough to do you for 3 matches, you know. I mean, it's just unbelievable here. You know, it's just hard to believe that they're getting so much space. They're full of balls into that inside forward line. And, you know, I think a silly free given away there by Johnny.
In the right corner back, Johnny Cohen has picked up a yellow card. And David Tracy gets his first point. Liam Rush lays it off. This is Darragh O'Connell. Dotsey switches from top of the right to top of the left to try and gather possession. Gets inside David Collins. This is a little bit better from Dublin, but they need scores, and they've got one.
Yeah, good score there by David Tracy. Well worked again by David.
They've missed very little. Later on tonight, of course, a big match. You can see it live here on RT2 tonight, 6:45. It's the Champions League final. Something to really look forward to. Ball comes back outside for Darragh O'Connell, and he gets his second point of the match. He's obviously a man on form, and that's part of the reason why he gained selection ahead of Johnny McCaffrey.
Yeah, very nice point. Great take by Danny Sutcliffe there, and a good ball in.
Target is Danny Sutcliffe. Ryan O'Dwyer makes space on his right. Danny Sutcliffe hits it well under severe pressure, it must be said. And that's a very good point.
Yeah, that was a very good score by Danny Sutcliffe. To be fair to him, he's caught 3 great balls out of the sky. That's probably the first one that's yielded a really good return in terms of breaking away from his man, Dahi Burke, and struck a good point off his left-hand side. They'll need more of that from a player the calibre of Danny.
Same story, just a different time. Dublin backs under pressure here. Carl Mannion has to come all the way back out. Seeks out and finds Dahi Burke from Turlockmore. Cyril Donlan. Staying with him is Michael Carton. Back fires Joe Canning. He's outside the Dublin 45, and the distance means nothing to him. It's straight between the posts and over the bar for his second point.
Yeah, they've got Joe.
Going for his 6th point of the match. Just outside the D. And taps it over. Certainly has the distance, and the umpire going to wave the white flag. Stressing 3-4 minutes to the break, wants them to keep their concentration. Lambert's effort is dropping in and not going to pose any serious problems for Galway, as Irlitanian is there to deliver a long ball down towards Jonathan Glenn. Colin Mannion is hovering. Joe Canning. The entire Galway full forward line were around Paul Schutte, and from out in the middle of the field, oh, fantastic. There's a row after breaking out afterwards, and Danny Sutcliffe and Joe Canning are directly involved in it, and the referee Brian Gavin is going to have to take control of this particular incident. It was wonderful work by the entire Galway full forward line, putting pressure on Schutte. When they won the ball back, they put it between the posts, and then subsequently there was a bout of afters which were unpleasant, unsavoury, and indeed unnecessary.
Yeah, I think Fergal Horgan is having a word with Brian Gavin. You know, I thought Danny Sutcliffe came from a long ways off, but doesn't seem to be taking any action. He knocked over Joe Canning. I'm surprised there wasn't a card or two dished out there, because definitely there was some late tackles. I'm not sure would we catch it. Good pressure there by Galway, you know, and again, they managed to get a great score by Jason Flynn, but we might see it here now.
Great score by Jason Flynn, but unfortunately we were following the sliotar. I'm surprised that no cards were shown for that particular incident, to be honest with you. And there's a free in. Ball is pulled into the middle of the field where Darragh O'Connell comes across. Joe Canning is putting the pressure on. In comes Aidan Hart. Look at the phenomenal work rate by Galway. They're chasing, harassing, putting pressure on Dublin absolutely everywhere. And again, you can see there's now a yellow card for Andy Smith. But I think, as Liam said a moment ago, the colour is going to go from yellow to red, and it's clearly coming down the tracks. Unless somebody takes control of this, both managers and the players have to maintain discipline.
Galway are working extremely hard on Mark. They're very, very strong in the tackle and really putting a significant pressure under this Dublin team.
Ball comes down to John Hanbury, and he lets fly, dropping it down from the clouds. Comes for Shane Durkin. In the centre, waiting for this Liam Rush. A pass from Conal Keeney. Into injury time now. Up towards Dotsie O'Callaghan. Comes for his Reinhard O'Wire, bursting his way forward. He's nowhere to go. It's another penalty.
Take two.
Take two is right, Liam. Reinhard O'Wire brought to ground inside the large rectangle, and there is a bit of afters as well here. Let's just see what happens. As Reinhard O'Wire was brought down, he suffered for his efforts, and it is a penalty.
Yeah, I think it was a drag of a knee from John Hanbury that might have caught him.
And it's a big ask to ask Paul Ryan, who's just warmed up along the sideline. Disappointment for David Tracy on this particular evening, but for Paul Ryan, his first touch of the sliotar is to place it on the ground, and he faces Colm Callanan. Here comes Paul Ryan. Oh, what a save! Colm Callanan! Magical save by the keeper from Kinvara. They missed one, drove it wide, David Tracy. They missed two from Paul Ryan. But watch the agility, the ability, the goalkeeping touch of one, Colm Callanan. Brilliant.
Yeah, that's an absolutely fantastic save, you know, an absolutely fantastic save. And it was very hard for Paul Ryan now to go back out and take the 65. I actually remember when we done the trial, Marty, he'd done the very same thing with Joe Canning. Colm Callanan made a fantastic save. He's really good at him. And I think, you know, people said it might have been very easy for the forwards. I think it's shown us today these goalies are hard to pass even from 21 yards.
Well, initially when, of course, this rule came in, we thought that 1 against 1 would certainly favour the forward, but we've seen two of them missed here this afternoon. Paul Ryan gets the 65.